Good morning. Welcome to another edition of Tings. Now, this morning I'm in a very somber mood, trying not to be as angry as I am internally, because they keep reminding you to keep your spirits up and your tempers down. So I'm trying to do the same thing, right? But I'm going to delve into the matter of Albert John, the homeless guy who was beaten on the 10th of November this year. No, some developments have occurred which I want to let you know, okay? And when you hear this, I want you to express your feelings via this media, via other media. I would love you to speak out and say justice for Albert and the people who are involved. If you find out that the people who are involved have businesses, I believe it's time that we boycott their businesses and take things very, very serious here, because it looks as if they're two Barbaduses. No, I went to the location where the incident occurred, and I had a chat yesterday with Sir Richard Cheltenham. He and I spoke downstairs, and he told me that he had given video footage to the police relevant to Mr. John, because he said that Mr. John was like a little brother to him, and he made sure he took care of him on a weekly basis. While we were speaking, an Indian businessman came across and started to speak about his son's name being mentioned, etc. No, you notice I never mentioned anybody's name. You understand? I never mentioned anybody's name, but I'm seeing other footage where people are mentioning names, because Barbados is a small place and names will go around. All right? Anyway, police picked up people and some names were mentioned as being involved. And this I heard from senior police sources, that names were called. But remember, a post-mortem was held. A post-mortem was held very quickly. It was held actually yesterday or the day before. Yesterday, I believe. And surprisingly, that post-mortem report has come back already. And I want you all to be prepared for this. Prepare yourself for this. The post-mortem report is stating that Albert John died of natural causes. Are you hearing this? The post-mortem report is stating that Albert John, who was beaten a number of times last week, died of natural causes. Now, early this morning, I was awoken by a phone call for somebody to tell me that a certain youngster of Indian persuasion was held trying to go through the airport to leave Barbados. I don't know how true it is. So I made some calls to find out if it is true. I haven't heard anything yet. But what I did do is I called City Central to seek some confirmation relevant to it. And this information was offered to me, that Albert John had died of natural causes. Now I want you all to remember this, right? Somebody was beaten last month and people were charged. They didn't wait on a post-mortem. So I found it very funny that before they could charge anybody, even though names were being called, and reports are that Albert called names while he was in the hospital and said certain people did this to him. Know to hear that he has died of natural causes. How are you thinking here, Barbadians? It sounds as if there's one law for the Medes and one law for the Persians. I'm extremely upset because I know there's something called causation. And I want the attorneys that are listening to this to request or make an application for a coroner's inquiry. I want them to make a request or make an application for a coroner's inquiry. because this does not sound right. Quickly after a person is beaten severely, you then say they died of natural causes. So Pedro Cattle died of natural causes too. Didn't he die of natural causes also? Huh? Barbados is really upset down. And this is going to cause a serious disturbance. This is going to cause chaos. All right? If people, you believe that somebody is responsible for this gentleman's death, and you believe that it was subsidized, all right, by somebody with financial resources, I want you to make a statement. Make a statement by not doing any business with them at all. All right? Make a statement by putting out justice for Albert. Make a statement by commenting on this vlog. Make statements, please. Let Barbados and the politicians and the police and them know that we want justice for Albert John. It hurts me. It's hurting me because his son reached out to me yesterday from Sweden. All right? And it's hurting me more and more. Anyway, this is what I will say for the time being. I will give you another report as the day goes on. Okay, another update. But please, all right, let's remember Albert John. All right, and please remember as you go through this day, try to do something good for someone today. All right, this is Winston Clark for Come On Things. I'm out.